Begin by safely jacking up and supporting your car. If you need additional assistance with this task, please follow the link provided at the end of this video. With the car safely off the ground, you will need to remove the engine tray. A great many of these cars have had the engine trays and front side shields removed over the years and not replaced. If you happen to have a car that still has all the under trays and original hardware, here is what you need to do. There are 4 T25 torque bolts, yellow arrows, holding the tray on. Remove them, and then slide the tray back out of the friction clips, red arrows, on the front air dam. This photo illustrates where the plate connects to the 2 side shields, red arrows. There is an access hole in the left side shield, red arrow, that you can access the drain plug from, or if you want to remove the shield, it is held in place by friction at the front and a speed clip on the frame rail, yellow arrow. With the tray removed, you will see the radiator drain plug, red arrow, and the spigot, yellow arrow, on the lower front of the car. Place a catch bucket or tray under the plug and open the drain plug. The fluid drains out of a small spigot facing downwards. Drain the radiator completely. Remove the cap on the fluid reservoir to help drain the coolant. You do not need to drain all the coolant from the car, but just enough to get below the thermostat level. If you're going to flush or replace the coolant, drain it completely. Disconnect the negative cable on the battery, yellow arrow, and make sure it cannot accidentally contact with the post while you are working. You are going to be working around the alternator and fluid, so you don't want any power flowing in the car while working. At the front of the engine, remove the 2 10mm nuts, red arrows, and the 2 5mm Allen bolts, yellow arrows. With the bolts removed, lift the shelf up and off the dipstick tube, yellow arrows, and remove the electrical connection, red arrow. Slide the shelf out of the way. Disconnect the 2 vacuum lines, yellow arrows, that run across the front of the engine and tie them out of the way. Remove the dipstick tube by pulling it straight up, red arrow. Use caution as they get brittle with age. Cover the open dipstick tube with a plastic sandwich bag, yellow arrow, so fluid and contaminants cannot get in the motor. Remove the hose clamp, red arrow, and hose from the thermostat housing. You can now see the 2 10mm bolts, yellow arrows, holding the thermostat housing to the motor. Use a series of extensions and universal joints, red arrow, to remove the bolts. Pull the housing off the motor and you can get access to the thermostat, red arrow. Remove the old thermostat and install the new one. Make sure that the rubber O-ring, red arrow, goes on the outside of the thermostat between it and the housing, and the spring side, yellow arrow, goes in facing the engine. Installation is the reverse of removal, and don't forget to replace your coolant. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.